Jamaica, a Caribbean jewel with verdant hills and sapphire waters gracing Westmoreland, St. Elizabeth, and St. James, pulsed with an ancient rhythm. Life thrived. Market chatter, children's laughter, swaying cane fields, reggae's soulful hum. Tourists flocked to pristine beaches. Locals lived by land and sea, confident in the island's enduring beauty. But as summer deepened, an ancient unease began to ripple. A monstrous force brewed in the vast Atlantic, hinted at by shifting trade winds, peculiar sunsets, and restless fauna. The natural order was about to be disrupted. This was no mere tropical depression. Satellite images painted a terrifying portrait of a cyclonic leviathan. Its swirling eye of destruction, a chilling void, categorized itself hourly, growing in size and intensity. Hurricane Melissa, as named, would forever be etched into Jamaica's memory, synonymous with unprecedented devastation and a profound test of spirit. She swelled from Category 3 to a ferocious Category 4, winds screaming across the ocean, a relentless hunter. Then, defying nature's limits, she intensified to a monstrous Category 5. No Caribbean island had witnessed such a force in decades. Wind speeds were apocalyptic, relentless rain promised catastrophic inland deluges, and storm surge threatened to swallow the coastline, redrawing the island's ancient map. In a small, brightly painted wooden house near Savanna-la-Mar, Westmoreland, its vibrant blue stark against the darkening sky, Mama Rose gathered her grandchildren. Their young faces, usually alight with mischief, showed raw fear and fragile bravery. "Hold tight, my pickney," she croaked, her strong voice thin and reedy against the wind's rising shriek, pulling them closer. "Jah will provide. We must hold firm." But even her unwavering faith, forged over 8 decades of life's trials and deep wisdom, was tested as Melissa made brutal landfall, her arrival a deafening roar vibrating through their bones. The sky tore open with unimaginable violence. The wind howled like 1,000 banshees, a physical entity tearing at the world's fabric. Roofs, once sturdy, became airborne shrapnel. Centuries-old trees, their roots deep, snapped like brittle twigs. The sea, usually calming azure, became a ravenous frothing beast, clawing inland, sweeping away homes, roads, and lives with terrifying indifference. For hours that stretched into eternity, Jamaica was plunged into a maelstrom of unimaginable fury. The roar was deafening, all-consuming, darkness absolute, punctuated only by blinding lightning flashes, revealing fleeting, horrifying glimpses of the unfolding apocalypse, etched forever into survivors' minds. When Melissa finally moved on, her wrath spent, she left an unnerving, sodden silence. The first tentative rays of morning light struggled through bruised, heavy clouds, revealing an utterly unrecognizable landscape. Westmoreland, known for sugarcane fields and tourist havens, was a desolate wasteland of shattered timber, twisted metal, and churned earth. St. Elizabeth, the fertile breadbasket, saw vibrant crops flattened, livestock drowned, villages erased. St. James's Montego Bay found its iconic hip strip ripped, luxury hotels gutted, airport runways littered with debris. The vibrant greens and blues that defined Jamaica were replaced by a uniform muddy brown, a canvas of overwhelming destruction and despair. "It's like a bomb site, Mama," whispered Junior, Mama Rose's eldest grandson, his voice barely audible, eyes wide with horror surveying the flattened remnants of their brightly painted home. The mighty mango tree, sentinel for generations, was uprooted, its branches splayed uselessly. Across the 3 parishes, the grim story was tragically the same. 80% of all homes severely damaged or utterly destroyed. Critical infrastructure, roads, bridges, power lines, communication networks, was comprehensively wiped out. Hospitals overwhelmed, schools, pillars of future generations, reduced to rubble. It wasn't just a natural disaster, it was a national cataclysm, a blow to the island nation's heart. The immediate aftermath, however, was a profound testament to the indomitable Jamaican spirit, the we lickle but we talawa mantra. Before official aid could navigate impassable roads, neighbors dug through debris with bare hands, sharing what little food and water. Fishermen, whose boats were intact, risked treacherous waters to ferry supplies. Damaged community centers swiftly became makeshift shelters and first aid stations. Mama Rose, despite overwhelming loss and exhaustion, started a flickering fire, brewing comforting bush tea for shaken survivors, her quiet, unwavering strength a true beacon of hope, a living embodiment of out of many one people. The scale of devastation, however, was beyond any single community or the island to manage alone. Jamaica's government, reeling but resilient, launched an unprecedented national recovery effort. Within days, the international community responded with an outpouring of solidarity and tangible support. Relief flights from the U.S., Canada, UK, European and Caribbean nations landed, bringing tons of desperately needed emergency supplies, water purification, medical kits, tarpaulins, tents, and non-perishable food. Experienced engineers from Cuba, search and rescue teams from Mexico, and military personnel from CARICOM states arrived, offering invaluable expertise, manpower, and unwavering support, a global embrace in a time of profound need. National reconstruction was a Herculean task. Rebuilding meant building stronger, more resilient, better prepared for future climatic threats. It began with clearing debris, taking months, involving thousands of local workers, international volunteers, and heavy machinery. Then came critical infrastructure restoration, power grids re-established, communication towers re-erected, roads made passable, and dozens of bridges painstakingly rebuilt. International financial institutions pledged billions in loans and grants, while NGOs focused on psychological trauma support and long-term environmental restoration projects. For individual houses, the process was intimate, painstaking, personal. Mama Rose's home was just one of hundreds of thousands. Architects and construction teams, a mix of local tradespeople and foreign aid workers, fanned out, assessing damage, drawing plans, coordinating reconstruction. Donations poured in from the global Jamaican diaspora, from humble bake sales to corporate contributions. Innovative Adopt-a-House programs linked international donors with specific families, fostering global connection and reminding people they were not alone. Progress was often painstakingly slow, rebuilding a single home taking months, navigating complex logistics, material shortages, and bureaucratic hurdles. There were countless moments of frustration, tears of exhaustion, and sheer despair. But there were also equally powerful moments of joy. The first plank laid on a new foundation, the first roof beam secured with a triumphant cheer, the first vibrant coat of paint on a sturdy new wall, each stroke a reaffirmation of life. Years later, Melissa's indelible scars remained, etched into the landscape and collective memories of an entire generation. But so too did the irrefutable evidence of unparalleled recovery and transformation. Westmoreland, cane fields swayed once more, verdant, productive, whispering tales of resilience. St. Elizabeth's markets vibrated with new energy, its farmers cultivating more diverse storm-resistant crops. Montego Bay's hotels stood taller, stronger, more beautiful, welcoming visitors with warm, genuine smiles that had never truly faded. Mama Rose, a little older, hair soft silver, sat serenely on her newly rebuilt porch, painted an even brighter, more hopeful shade of blue. Junior, now a confident man, helped reconstruct the local school, having trained as a carpenter during the intense rebuild. The new mango tree, planted lovingly by the community, was still small, but bore its first tender, hopeful fruits, a sweet promise of future abundance. The entire effort was enormous, requiring unprecedented collaboration between Jamaica's government, its resourceful people, and a world that rallied to its aid. It was a profound testament that while a hurricane could tear apart the physical world, it could not extinguish the indomitable spirit, deep-rooted community, or unwavering hope for a brighter tomorrow. Jamaica had been devastated, but it had not been broken. It had rebuilt, brick by brick, house by house, into a nation transformed, a powerful, inspiring example of what resilience, unity, and global solidarity could achieve in the face of the unthinkable, a story etched in the Caribbean's heart for generations.